Welcome to Lions of35L.com tutorial. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a district news post. So the first thing you'll want to do is log into your account. If you're not sure how to log in, you'll need to watch the previous tutorial on logging in. Once you're logged in, you'll be brought to this page here, which is called the dashboard. And so we're going to go ahead and create a district news post. Up at the top here, you'll see a little plus symbol with the word new. And if you put your mouse over it, a drop-down menu will come up. And in this tutorial, we're going to create a new post. This will show up in the district news section. So the first thing you want to do is create a title for your post, whether you're doing a newsletter or just want to talk about something, an activity your club is doing or has done, anything you want other clubs and the rest of the world to see, you can create a post. So let's go ahead and put in a title. And then down in this section is where you'll start to type up your actual post information. Over on the right hand side, you'll see there's two ways that you can type stuff in, either visual or text. Most will want to use visual. With visual you can do things like add color to type and things like that. Text is specifically used. If you click on text, you can see it's specifically used if you're familiar with writing HTML code. You can actually put in your HTML code in the text editor. But if you're unfamiliar with that, I suggest you just use the visual editor. So let's go ahead and add in something here. Obviously that's not what you'd use, but anyway. So you can also put things in here like pictures. You can click on Add Media. You can either upload files from your computer, or if you click on Media Library, these are pictures that have already been uploaded to the website from other users. Once you have the image you want, you can click on it. You can choose whether to align the image to the left, center, or right. The link to, you can have it linked so that when they click on the photo, it actually pulls up the full size of the photo. Or you can do an attachment, a custom URL. For the most part, you'll be choosing none, although there will be some examples where you choose one of the others, and I'll be doing a more advanced tutorial that talks about those. Then the size that you want it to show up on your post. There's the full size, and they have some smaller sizes, and then there's a thumbnail version. The thumbnail version may not work properly if your photo is not in the shape of a square. If it's more rectangular than a perfect square, it may chop off top and bottom, so you may not want to use thumbnail. Once you select your size, you can insert it into the post, and since I told it to be on the right hand side, it shows up there. If I want to change that, I can click on the picture and say I want to align it to the left hand side. There are other things you can do. You can actually type. Let's see, let me go ahead and make these separate lines. We'll see if this works here. You could type a different size. Now you'll notice up on this bar, it's not listing that option to change the size. If you click on this icon right here at the end called Toolbar Toggle, it will open up a set of more options that you can use. And this is where you can change the size of type from paragraph to a heading size. You can also change the color of the type. You can highlight specific words and bold them or italicize them or underline them, whatever you like to do. And a lot of these options are also available in the text editor if you're using the HTML code text. You got bold, italic, creating a link. Then there's a lot more options there. If your post is very long with a lot of information on it, let's see. Of course, it wouldn't say obviously all of the same thing here, but let's just say it was a very long post. There's one thing that I do recommend you do is somewhere after the first sentence or two, if you put your cursor in there and you choose this item right here called Insert Read More tag, or if you're in the text mode, it's called More. When you click on that, it'll put a separator in there, and that just allows it that when people are searching for news items, that it's not going to list your entire article in the search results. It'll cut it off so that they can get more search results on the screen. And if that doesn't make sense, it'll make more sense once you start to use this. These things down here I'm not really going to talk about. I would suggest that you leave this on to show the sharing buttons. That way people can share your article with others if they choose. The main thing I want to talk about here is this publish immediately. When you click publish down here, once you have your article complete, if this is set to publish immediately, it is immediately going to go on the website with the time and date that you clicked the publish button. If you wanted to write an article ahead of time, but you didn't want it to show up to the general public right away, you could click edit and put in a future date and time and click OK, and it will save your article, and once that date and time arrives, it will automatically post it to the website. You can also put a previous date in there. For example, if you're doing a newsletter once a month and you don't get around to putting the newsletter on the website till the 4th of June, but you want it to say on the website that this particular post was published June 1st, you can put a date from the past in there as well. I won't go into talking about this in this tutorial, but the next section that's important is the categories section. Depending on the topic of your post, you'll want to select at least one category that it fits into. If you're a club posting information, you can always click on club news. There may be times when your article would fit in more than one category, and it is good to select more than one if, for example, you're talking about awards that your particular club can earn. You could put your post under both of those categories. And the last thing I want to talk about here is down set featured image. I encourage you to always set a featured image. This is important, especially with the way our website works with Facebook and Twitter, Google Plus, and Tumblr. It's a good idea to set a featured image. Even if you have an image in your post itself, you'll still want to set a feature image. So you just click on the image and say set feature image. If you don't have an image that is appropriate for your post, you can always just select the Lions International logo. Set feature image. And once you have all of that information filled out, you click the Publish button. And it'll tell you the post has been published. If you'd like to view the post, you come up to where it says District 35 Lions up at the top here and click Visit Site. Then you go to the District News section. And because this is the most recent post that we've done, it shows up here. Since we had that image at the bottom of this and I had the More tag placed in there, which cut off the rest of the article, you would have to click on the actual article to pull it up. And anytime you create a news post like we've done here, it's automatically going to send that post out to our Facebook page, as well as our Twitter page. Of course, I'm not logged in. And Google Plus and Tumblr as well. So that's how to create a post.